smart procurement and global trade insights.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Smart Procurement. Today we're talking about one of the most famous and most misused Incoterms out there, FOB, or free on board. If you've ever seen FOB used for container shipments, yeah, we're going to fix that today. What is FOB? Let's keep it simple. FOB means the seller delivers the goods on board the vessel chosen by the buyer, not near the vessel, not at the port gate, not in a container yard, on board the ship. Once the goods are physically loaded onto the vessel, the seller's job is done. When is FOB used? FOB is used only for sea or inland waterway transport, and specifically for non-containerized cargo, things like bulk goods, break bulk, heavy equipment, or oversized items. If your shipment is containerized, FOB is the wrong choice. Use FCA instead. Now let's talk about who does what. Seller responsibilities. Export packaging. Export customs clearance. Delivering goods to the port. Loading the goods on board the vessel. Buyer responsibilities. Main sea freight. Insurance. Optional. Import clearance. Duties and final delivery. So the seller gets the goods onto the ship. The buyer takes over from that point onward. Now let's talk about risk transfer. Risk transfer is at a very clear moment, when the goods are loaded on board the vessel. Not when they arrive at the port, not when they're placed on the quay, not when the buyer pays. The moment the goods cross the ship's rail, risk moves to the buyer. When should you use FOB? Use FOB when you're shipping bulk or break bulk cargo. The seller can safely load the goods onto the vessel. The buyer wants control over the main sea freight. The port setup allows smooth loading. FOB is perfect for traditional sea freight, not containers. Now let's talk about the common mistakes using FOB. Using FOB for container shipments. Wrong term. Confusing FOB with FAS. FAS is alongside. FOB is on board. Not specifying the exact loading port. Assuming the buyer handles loading. They don't. Forgetting that FOB is sea only. These mistakes lead to disputes, delays, and extra costs. Quick summary. Here is your quick recap. FOB equals free on board. Seller loads goods onto the vessel. Buyer handles sea freight and everything after. Risk transfers once goods are on board. Sea transport only. Not for containers. If you remember these points, you understand FOB. FOB equals free on board. Seller loads goods onto the vessel. Buyer handles sea freight and everything after. Risk transfers once goods are on board. Sea transport only. Not for containers. If you remember these points, you understand FOB. Thank you for watching. In the next video, we'll talk about the CFR Incoterm, where the seller pays for the freight but not the risk. Until then, hit like, subscribe, and share to support the channel.